Well, thank you for joining me on this video today. So recently I've had a bunch of questions come in about the Ascend H12 kayak and also the Redhead Blind attachment. So in this video, I'm going to tell you all about the Ascend. I'm going to show you the Redhead Blind attachment and how we grass it. And I'm also going to show you one piece for comfort called the Layout Lounge from HTR. But before that, I want to mention a couple things. If you want to hear in-depth detail on all these kind of topics, waterfowl, duck hunting, check out the Duck Gun podcast. It's myself and Jordan Fromer. I'll put a link to that in the description and you can check us out. It's just audio, man, and it is a lot of fun talking about waterfowl stuff. Also, if you want to support what I've got going on here at Freelance Duck Hunting, I've got a Patreon account, and come on over and join that, join the community. Check out what we've got going on over there and help support FDH. So let's go ahead and get into the bulk of the video right now. First thing I want to talk about is just the Ascend and the H12. All right, so here's the Ascend H12. Before we moved to kayaks, Fumbles and I were using Cartston's traditional layout boats. And we just decided we wanted something a little more stable, and we decided kayaks was a great option for us. So we each got one of these at Bass Pro. They run about $700-800, and I can tell you this has been one of the best changes that I have made to go from traditional layout boats over to kayaks. So this is a 12-foot boat. It's got a handle on each end. It normally comes with a seat down in the middle, but when I'm layout boat hunting, I take the seat out. And one thing I've had a lot of people ask me about paddling these things. We've taken 2x4s and we've put them on here, and it really helps for the paddling. So, you know, this is stable. Golden Boy even stands up in it. I don't, but it is a fantastic layout boat. And it's actually a kayak canoe hybrid. And so if you guys have any questions about this, put it down in the description. I'm gonna flip it over and show you what the bottom of it looks like real quick. So this is one big advantage of a kayak. If you can see, it's got a, I don't know what the official term of this would be. It's got a cutout in the middle, and this allows you to cut through the water much better than a layout boat. If you're on big reservoirs at all, even if they're not shallow, the waves are gonna wreak havoc with you in a traditional layout boat. So a kayak just cuts through the water much better. It's faster, like I said, more stable. So this is an excellent option for you as far as kayaking and layout boat hunting. Back over. So the H12 has 3 different compartments, which is really handy when you've got a dog, which you'll see a little bit later, where the dog is in one compartment and then I'm in the middle, and you've got this huge section up front for the decoys. You can normally, if you're in here with a dog, you can normally get a couple dozen decoys in this section, your bag and everything that you need in the middle section with you, and still have a place with your dog. So you can haul quite a bit of gear in the Ascend H12, and that's one benefit from the H12 over the H10, is you've got 2 extra feet of storage. So like I said, a couple dozen decoys, you, your dog, all your gear fit in here with no problem. If you want to get a sled and drag the sled from behind, you could easily be talking 4 dozen decoys. But I don't drag a sled because I feel like 2 dozen when I'm by myself is plenty. But it's got all the cargo space that you need, which is another advantage over your traditional layout boats. So let me go ahead and move on to showing you the Redhead Blind attachment and what that looks like on the boat and how we grass it. So let's check that out real quick. All right, so here you've got the Redhead Blind attachment. This is about a $200 piece, and it is specifically made for the Ascend H12. But if you have a 12-foot kayak, this will work. I know Josh from Outdoor Limits last year, he was using one of these on a kayak that was not the Ascend H12. So they will absolutely work. They're easy to assemble and easy to put on, and then all you have to do is to brush them. Now I've had multiple questions about how we go about brushing these. What you see right here is not a completed product. This is just your base layer. So this is what I did. I went out and bought raffia. You can get what's called Avery Firegrass. I will put a link in the description to Avery Firegrass bundle, and it's just raffia And if you can see here, now these were put on a long time ago, so they're starting to age. But you just cut off the bundles, and with zip ties, you zip them on these little loops. There's all sorts of loops on this blind to stuff brush down in. So I attach raffia bundles to all of these as a base layer. And then when we get out in the field, then I'm taking about 30 minutes to really brush this in with what is out at each hunt site. So throughout the year, every single time I'm in this boat, I'm adding brush, I'm adding brush, I'm adding brush, and you just get more and more and more. But the idea is I want to blend in to what is out there at each hunt location. So if it's green, I'm putting in green. If it's brown, I'm putting in brown. So by the time you get this all brushed out in the field, it's completely covered. But if you start with just a base layer like this, it cuts back on your work tremendously. You just have to fill in. The last thing I would want to do is to get to the spot with a blind that just has nothing on it and have to fill it all in. So now let me show you one more thing, and then I'm actually going to get in this with Izzy and show you what it looks like. I guess I should show you down in. Now I need to wash this out. I have not washed it. So it's still really muddy. Now normally this Redhead blind attachment is going to sit up tight like this. But for me, I keep it completely loose so it's still there, and I use the HTR. I use the HTR layout lounge, and I'm going to put that in here right now and show you what that looks like. That adds a ton for comfort, and I'm going to put that in here and show you what that looks like right now. All right, so here's the HTR layout lounge. This thing works field hunting, layout hunting. It is a great piece to have in your arsenal. You can find this at HTR Innovations. I will also put that link in the description. Jordan Fromer's company, from my partner from Duck Gun Podcast and Duck Gun Chronicles. So this baby just slips right in here, and I'm going to show you what is so fantastic about the layout lounge. So if I'm hunting in teal season, I'm going to be hunting like this, because teal don't get scared. In fact, with teal, I'm probably going to have the doors open, and I'm totally comfortable. I'm sitting up straight. I can even bring it back more than that, and I can sit like this. Without the layout lounge, this is not possible. So if I'm hunting, or if I'm taking a lunch break or whatever, I use it and I sit up tall. Or if I'm hunting teal, you know, teal are not nearly as wary as mallards, I'm hunting like this. Later in the season, and Izzy's farting like crazy. It stinks, Izzy. Then I'm going to adjust it, and I'm going to bring it down as low as I can. And now I'm like this. So I can adjust it using, this using the layout lounge for mallards or teal or whatever. It is a piece that I personally would not want to go without. Now let me show you real quick how we address a dog in this blind. So when you buy the Redhead blind, this part and this part is one piece, and there's no place to put a dog. So what we have done on this is we have cut it into two parts, and we have added bimini fittings, and we've screwed them in here. And I think I'm going to re-screw mine a little bit farther back, because I don't like it quite this close, but I think I'm going to put it here. But these are bimini fittings, and then we got conduit piping, and we bent the conduit piping, and we made a dog lid. Now if you look at the back of the boat, this is why I'm going to scoot it back, because it tends to like to fall in there. So without attaching it, I think I'm going to move those bimini fittings back, and then your dog fits right in here. So let me show you real quick what it looks like with Izzy in here. Izzy, come on, kennel. Kennel up, mama. Come on. Come on, she knows the deal. She knows the deal. Good girl. Nope. Come on, baby. A little more comfort. Don't have to be like I'm hunting mallards right now. And there you go. You just make sure that that's over her head. And there we are. You got the perfect blind. Got the perfect blind. You can hunt anywhere you want with this thing. You can hide yourself. You can hide a dog. So that's all I've got for you today. Thank you for joining me. I hope this was helpful to you guys. Until next time.